Is Ramaswamy a complete and total fraud, or actually somebody that could potentially be the future of the GOP? What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back again with a new video, and today it is time that we talk about the 2024 Republican presidential primary and answer what could very well be one of the biggest question marks going into the 2024 cycle. Is Vivek Ramaswamy a legitimately good candidate, or is he a fraud? Now, unlike most people, I actually have a relatively speaking neutral opinion on Vivek, for the simple fact that I like some of the stuff he said, but there are some question marks that I do think he should have to answer for. But I'm neutral on it. I'm going to try to give my objective opinion on it, or subjective. I don't know. This is one of those things where I'm so neutral on the guy that you can't really call me biased, because I like some of the stuff he says, but there's some stuff that we're going to go over for why there is some serious question marks about him. Now, before we continue with today's video, I hope you enjoy these type of videos. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Guys, just for $1 a month, you can join Real American. This is the best way to support the daily content that we all know and love. So I hope and recommend you join the channel today. Alright, everybody. So, there has been a lot of drama related to Ramaswamy in the past few months. And in the recent month or so, it's really picked up. Now, a lot of it's because the Simps are mad that he's taking second in some polling, which, if you get mad over that, get a frickin' life. I mean, some of these people, again, I'm not talking about average people, I'm just talking about these people on Twitter. You get so mad that your candidate's in third place, it's like the end of the world. It's like, it's just for one frickin' poll and they lose their sanity. But either way, that's not the point. The point is, they do bring up some legitimately good arguments. Even many Trump supporters, they don't trust him. Now, let us start with the newest quote-unquote scandal. It relates to his voting history, and you guys know my opinion on this. If you didn't vote, I don't frickin' care. From 10 years ago, 20, who frickin' cares he didn't vote from 2008 through 2016? You know, it's like, how many Republicans that we now know are really good on the issues, how many of them didn't even vote for Trump in 2016? I would say a decent portion. And it's like, it seemed like he was just sick of all the politics. I mean, it seemed like he was a libertarian in 2004, just didn't like both parties. And he just protested and didn't vote. But then he did say in 2020, he did become a hardcore Trump supporter. Now, many people have also looked at his contribution history, which, again, in my opinion, especially for businessmen, I don't think you can really look at these contributions as the end-all and be-all. I mean, Trump donated Kamala Harris 10 years ago. Does that automatically make him a rhino? No. It's just a fact of the system we got. You essentially pay off some people to get some favors in government. Because he was a businessman, he still is. So was Trump, all of them. Like Trump said in the debate, he just bought and sold politicians. So I'm not a big fan of this argument that, oh, he donated to a Democrat 15 years ago or whatever. That's a very weak argument. But this is the newest drama. Again, I could care less he didn't vote 2008 or 2012. And it's just one of those things, it's just a complete and total stretch. Now, on the other hand, though, his past is very suspicious. Now, let me be clear. I don't believe some of the stuff that, oh, he's a George Soros, plant that's secretly trying to win the nomination for Soros. I don't believe that. Is it suspicious that he was on the World Economic Forum? Yeah, but you can make the argument it was, 13 years ago? And it's like, maybe their objectives were different then from what they are now. And he may have seen what was really going on there, and he realized, I gotta get out of here. But that's just some stuff that I don't get why people look at something from 20 years ago about, oh, he was affiliated with the World Economic Forum. That stinks, but that shouldn't be the deciding factor. What should be the deciding factor, really, in my opinion, is his political beliefs. Not, oh, he copied Obama from 12 years ago. Who freaking cares? A lot of this stuff is just whatever. It's a lot of just nothing burgers, like misleading. It's, who cares? But what I care about the most is on the issues. And this is the part that you call hit or miss. The definition of really damn good or some absolutely garbage policies. Now, he has, in my opinion, his strongest suit is definitely stuff like government reform. He argues for 8-year term limits for all unelected federal bureaucrats, similar to term limits imposed on U.S. presidents. He has also identified 10 federal agencies that he would abolish, including the Department of Education. This is good stuff. This is the bread and butter of Ramaswamy. He has unique policy positions on specific issues, which, in this day and age, you can only hope for. I mean, you got Nikki Haley being overrated, frickin' saying the most generic stuff, and some of these people on Twitter just congratulate her for what? Saying the most generic stuff over and over again. Ramaswamy at least brings something different to the table. Now you get to the part, though, that the currency stuff, especially with stuff like Bitcoin. I am not a fan of some of these, currencies. I'm not a big fan of, Bitcoin or whatever. I've never been, never probably will. And I just think that this is the problem that people have with Ramaswamy. There's definitely some of his tech influences that I think is definitely playing far too much in his campaign. This is the part of the campaign that you should have a serious question mark about. When it comes to Bitcoin, when it comes to the decentralized alternative, and it serves as a source of competition to the existing system, it's not that good. This is stuff that makes people extremely suspicious of Ramaswamy. But at the same time, his energy policy is freaking amazing. One of the only Republicans that I know that is vehemently pushing for nuclear energy. Who else is? I'm not talking about one comment 15 years ago. I'm talking about we need to produce more energy through nuclear. You can't. You really can't. And this is the definition of Ramaswamy. For every good issue, he has one or two egregiously bad issues, like the crypto crap, like immigration. Now it starts good. Ramaswamy calls for a merit-based system of immigration and supports scrapping lottery-based immigration, such as the diversity immigrant visa. He has said that he would significantly lower the permitted refugees allowed to immigrate to the U.S., while adding that there would be exceptions under special circumstances, such as Afghans who assisted the U.S. during its war in Afghanistan. But then you read into other stuff. He wants to increase the amount of visas for, jobs. For, like, tech jobs. It's like, what's the freaking point? If you're just going to increase the amount of visas for, high tech jobs or whatever, Why? What's the freaking point of making a big deal about the diversity immigrant visa when you're just increasing the amount of visas overall? What's the point? Now, he's also supported stuff like favoring the legalization of marijuana. I say medically it should be, but not all of it. And he calls it a joke that the drug is federally criminalized, which there's been studies that show it's medically it's fine, but there's definitely been some questionable circumstances on recreational use. But you just keep looking at this, and for every one or two good things, there's one or two egregiously garbage stuff. There just is. I mean, his military policy is pretty good. His immigration policy is sketch at best. His policy on currency is terrible. But he's also pretty good on government reform. And some of the social issues, definitely another questionable part. I mean, he seems a bit more liberal than even Trump on some social issues, outside maybe abortion. You know, it's definitely a very hit or miss thing with this guy. Now, some people are alleging that the Trump campaign got him the run for president, which I could see the argument for, but I just think that, no, I think he is trying to run a legitimate campaign here. But overall, how would I describe him? Is he a fraud? Is he really good? If it's on social policies, he stinks. If it's on government reform and the unique niche stuff like nuclear energy or government reform, any of that stuff, he's phenomenal. But it's very, very hit or miss, and he does have a questionable record when it comes to his business dealings with certain organizations. Again, I don't hold it as, you know, oh, he served with somebody 15 years ago. That automatically means he's bad. But it should make you wonder the amount of suspicious people that he's been around. George Soros especially. That's like the big one. The World Economic Forum, which, like I said, it doesn't mean everything, but he was definitely a big part of that. It was 10 years ago and things could change, and he was younger back then. Far younger. It was, what, 28? But overall, pick your poison. I think that if you would support Ramaswamy, you're definitely doing it for the niche stuff. If you're doing it for his social policies, I would recommend looking for a different candidate. Because outside of abortion, he may be even more liberal than Trump. I mean, he even flat out said he would not reinstate a transgender military ban. Which, why? Somehow you're to the left of Trump on that issue? I don't know. But anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Thank you so much. Godspeed to all of you.